Hello and welcome to this week of GearReport. This is episode 225 for the 14th of November, 2024. And I think we're going to have an interesting discussion for you tonight. We'll see who shows up to join the chat today. I am expecting TJ based on a discussion from a little while ago. But we're going to put the GearReport Firearms little circular banner up there because that's the channel we're streaming on predominantly tonight. We may do some other things. We may talk about things on the guitars channel. We might even touch on the camping channel. Certainly, we'll hit some things about the reviews. We may talk about the Humvee channel as well. And I actually broke out the 3D printer yesterday, so we may talk about the GearReport Maker channel. Who knows where we're going to go? We got a lot of things we could talk about tonight. So let's see. Let's dig into it and see where the discussion takes us. So if you're out there, please say hi. We don't know you're there until you say something. And this show generally goes a whole lot better when we get some audience participation. So we're dying to hear from you. How's your day going? What are you up to today? And let's see. We're going to share a screen here in just a moment. First, I'd like to welcome our friend G-Webs. How you been?
Good. Do I got my mic set right?
It sounds okay. Yeah.
Sound better, I think. Does this sound better?
Potentially. First one sounded a little echoey. I don't know which mic you're on.
This is the normal one. It just popped on. Anyway, thanks for the link.
Yeah,
thanks for hosting.
Yeah. Happy to have you here. I was about to dive into some recent reviews. And I'd appreciate if you don't give away the secret that the background here had some things that are embargoed that I'm not supposed to be. I can't talk about them. Okay. So if anyone can peek behind the images here, please don't. Here, there we go. We're going to take it. We're going to take away that temptation. Those products, I think 2 or 3 out of the 4 will be available early next week. But until then, you're not allowed to see them. Let's see. So I noticed that you posted something about 12 hours ago about, was it 67 days to SHOT Show? Is that what I saw?
67 days, 4 hours, 52 minutes, according to my countdown calendar.
You know, roughly. Yeah. That's exciting, man. This is the time of year that always hits me like, oh, wow, SHOT Show's coming up. We should probably start doing things like booking flights, booking a place to stay, figuring out what strategy we have, who we want to talk to, what kind of products we're looking at getting into. I think for this year, I want to rely a little bit more heavily on feedback from the community here at GearReport on what kind of things people want us to look for, what brands they want us to talk to, that kind of thing. So I'm going to have to think about, I need to send out a newsletter. So if anyone is not already a part of the GearReport newsletter, let me see. I think I can share the screen. And on the main GearReport page, if I make this a little bit bigger, when we scroll down, look over here under Brownells and eBay. Let's see where you can buy a GearReport shirt. Then here, this is where we have the little form if you would like to sign up for our newsletter. And I don't think I've sent a newsletter in almost a year. I really tried, I don't want to spam people with this. I want to be very respectful with the use of it, but I do need to use it more. And one of the things I think we're going to ask people is, what would you like us to focus on when we get to SHOT Show? Hello to Chris from the 740. Happy to see you. Oh, we got people showing up out there now. Ghost Tactical, the ghostess with the mostest, tossed out a celebratory evening. Appreciate hearing that. And then,
what do you think 2025 has in store for gear at SHOT Show? Think it's going to be a year of development or a year of? I mean, it's not going to be a year of fear, right?
I think that what happens between now and SHOT Show, this is a cop-out answer, right? But what happens between now and then is really going to define things. But even more specifically, I don't know if anyone noticed that I posted something on the GearReport Facebook page today. It's a picture of Jamin McCullum from Palmetto State Armory with I'm blanking on his name, the Trump's nominee for Secretary of Defense, I believe. And I said, hey, is anyone else waiting to see if Trump taps Jamin to head up the ATF? And I know that they talk. I did pass some notes back and forth with Jamin today, and he said that he is part of a committee or panel, or I don't remember what verbiage he said, but he is assisting in the process of trying to identify appropriate candidates for appointments that Trump will need to make. And I think that someone like him would be absolutely amazing. And I kind of get the feel, based on what we're seeing with the other appointments that are happening, that we could have a super friendly, um, at least nominee to head the ATF. And I would like to think that even if the first nominee doesn't get through, he's just going to keep throwing the same type of people up against the wall until someone sticks. And I'm hoping that we get someone who is very 2A friendly, and I'm hoping we have some more clarity on this by the time SHOT Show gets here. So if that is the case, that we do have a more friendly person driving the ATF, then I think focus will shift to things like I think everyone and their brother is going to roll out every silencer suppressor idea they've ever had. I think that we may see more, SBR, PDW type things that people have been sitting on, waiting for an administration that would be amenable to allowing those to come to market without so much regulation. So I don't mean it to be a cop out when I say that it depends on what happens between now and SHOT Show, but literally how things progress with nominees and how they're received, and I think could have a big impact on what kind of exciting things we see brands going, oh, look at this. We just decided we're going to make this. I think we may still see some of that, even if the nominee process hasn't moved on a lot. But I tend to think that things could be more exciting depending on how that progresses. All right. I think I see TJ down there, but he looks like maybe he's frozen. I can't tell. I wonder if he's having connectivity issues. So what are you expecting, G-Webs?
Well, I think that no matter how it goes with the gun stuff, I think the economy and people that have been same kind of thing, sitting on maybe investments or sitting on ideas or sitting on something, are going to be jazzed up. I think that between now and then, you've got months. 67 days, so literally 2 months and a week. So that's enough time in 2024, 2025 to launch. You know what I mean? Like, you can come up with something and have it launched by then. So I think, okay, whatever. I don't disagree with anything you said about guns, but if you don't mind, I don't want TJ to be in here while I'm answering this question. But I don't disagree with what you said about guns, but I think that potentially economy, any of that kind of stuff, anybody who is investing is going to be, let's go in. Now I'm looking at it. So as far as like gear, the actual question, yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting year for sure, if not an incredible year. But since you kind of elaborated on it, it's going to be the first event that the industry gets together since badness. So I see a lot of people going, you know what? We got a couple extra, let's throw an extra $8,000 at it and go nuts. Let's throw an extra 10 grand at it. They're already throwing 100 grand at it. They're already throwing 80 grand at it. Let's throw another couple of bucks at it since it's our first what do you call it? Like party. And I could see it being just an incredible event this year.
Yeah. This could be really exciting, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how things progress. I tend to live in a world that that is very 2A friendly and very kind of. I guess I'm. I I want to say kind of conservative, more libertarian, I guess, but I'm very much in favor of less regulation, less government. I've been so excited about some of the things that have happened in the past few days with potential nominees being named, and really, um, really feeling like things are being teed up to get what we were promised the first time Trump was elected, where he said, yeah, he's going to drain the swamp, and he said all the right things, and I feel like he got in and realized that the swamp was way thicker and deeper than he had even imagined, and was ill-equipped to really deal with it, trying to play somewhat by the rules. And this time I feel like he's saying, you can shove your rules, here's how we're going to do it, and we're actually going to fix it this time. And I never having been a Trump fan before, I'm actually getting kind of excited right now. I think that could be fantastic for the economy. It could be fantastic for people's freedoms. It could be great for Second Amendment rights. And I'm hoping that some of the rest of the world kind of takes note and follows along a little bit as well. So it's pretty exciting. But then I also have to remind myself that we have a relatively small, at least geographically speaking, a very small portion of the U.S., a bit higher from a population standpoint, that are mortified right now and are going to do everything they can to sabotage everything that they can sabotage. And that does worry me a little bit. But I'm hoping that, enough momentum can be built or maintained to overcome that. And but I do think that there are going to be some growing pains on some of the things that need to happen, and likely will happen with like, if we look at this, what are they calling it, DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency. If we look at some of the things that Vivek has said and that Elon has said, there could be massive numbers of federal employees that end up unemployed as a result of this. And that could cause some really big kind of social ripples. So I hope that people embrace the spirit, of the American dream and entrepreneurship. Well, apparently TJ's here with his...
Finally.
Yeah, making something.
Apparently I have to use my headphones now with my new setup.
Oh, okay. Well, happy to see you again.
Yeah, man.
That's an incredibly sexy shirt you're wearing there.
You like that, don't you?
I do.
The lighting is fantastic. I got the lighting good.
Yeah, you did pretty well with that. Awesome. So, you excited, man? The question that G-Webs asked was along the lines of, what kind of new gear are we going to see at SHOT Show? And I kind of went down a political rabbit hole, but what are you thinking? What do you think's going to happen?
As far as new gear, I don't know. I've seen a lot of new companies coming out with suppressors, a lot of plate carriers, a lot of prepping. There's been a lot of prepping stuff lately. I've seen a lot of preppers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just preparing for just in case.
Yeah.
So there we go.
We'll look at that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of new weapon systems, or I haven't seen a couple new brands come out with suppressors, and I've seen them on AvantLink and stuff like that. But
oh yes, yeah. That's one of the things I think we're going to see more of is more cans with the idea.
I'm so excited.
That, maybe we can get someone in the ATF that will be a little bit more friendly in how they interpret things, and we can get some things that don't need to be regulated the way they are removed from those regulation schemes.
Is it going on too much of a tangent to ask, what do you think a world looks like with no regulation on cans? Or I suppose what they're going to end up doing is making them firearms, so 4473.
Right.
I don't even understand that. I mean, honestly, it doesn't
there's
make
countries
any
that live fine
sense.
without anything, right? Like they're a magazine, they're nothing, and there's countries that are fine.
That's what they should be. That literally, that's what they should be.
It's not a firearm. It's an accessory.
We
I like the idea of like a shell that you buy, and then you just buy guts that last for a mag or two or something.
80%ers.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Well, or I mentioned in the very beginning, kind of the prologue, that over there by TJ, you see it says Gear Report Maker. That's the channel for the laser stuff and the 3D printing. And I just printed I printed a bunch of guitar picks
Ooh,
yesterday
yay.
of a thicker design that I'm happy with, because I keep hearing that thicker's better. So, I went with a little thicker. So, and it really kind of gets me thinking about the idea. I was having a discussion with the godfather of suppressors a couple weeks ago, and Mike Pappas was kind enough to say that something that he thinks is really cool is the idea of buying kind of what you guys just described, like some disposable suppressors. Like, it doesn't have to last through two world wars. You just need it for, to get you through hunting season or whatever. And it's super cheap, and you get them, you shoot them, and after 50 or 100 rounds, they kind of come apart, but you got what you needed out of them, and they were dirt cheap.
And
And
if they're 3D printed material, then literally throw them in a bucket, shred them, turn them back into material, and print them right again.
yeah,
Recycle.
yeah, really cool. And I can tell you that we played with a little bit of that idea. Jose Juan and I, and I haven't posted the video because I didn't want to hurt the company. I want to give the guy a chance to analyze the videos and see what he's going to do. But a guy at the Iraq Veteran event that had a whole bunch of super intricate 3D printed. He was literally printing them on, I think it was a Bamboo Labs, what do you call it, X1 Carbon. I think that's what he had there. And he may have had it running off like a battery or something, printing there. But anyhow, 2 cans in a row, one for me and one for Jose Juan. We destroyed them, and they were all 3D printed. It was a carbon fiber. I want to say it was a carbon fiber PLA, or maybe I don't think it's nylon. You would think it'd be a carbon fiber nylon, but I think he said it was like a carbon PLA or something.
How long did it last? How many rounds?
None. First shot. I didn't realize it, but it took the inch and a half off the end. It blew the end cap an inch and a half off. I shot 3 or 4 more rounds.
That's really
loud.
And
then even looking back at the video, like, Jose brings it in, and it's like, oh, yeah, that end's gone. But we didn't notice it at the time.
Was it quieter still?
What's that?
Was it still quiet?
You've been to an event like that, I'm sure, where it's so crazy loud.
Yeah,
the Iraq Veteran event's the loudest event that I really think it rivals like a SHOT Show range day, where there's just so many brands so close together. But at the Iraq Veteran event, there's like, at any given second, there's probably multiple automatic rifles being fired, or pistols, whatever. But like, there's so much noise that it's really kind of useless to try to determine how much suppression you're getting from cans there. But certainly it was redirecting the blast forward. So
yeah, I mean, you'd be able to, you would think that with the, as far as 3D printing's coming, you'd be able to have it fairly sturdy. But I mean, even a can, I think with a little bit of give, there's probably a formula in there where it can give a little bit and still maintain its structure and stuff like that, where it still work.
The guy that's at the forefront of 3D printed firearm stuff right now is Hoffman Tactical. And I chatted with him about it after that can failed. And he was like, yeah, he looked at it at the first break after that incident. So I shot first round, it blew the end off. And then he was like, oh no, well, here, try this other one. And I said, okay, Jose Juan, why don't you try this one? And first shot, like 3 inches came off the end of it.
Oh,
and I was like, wow, okay.
Single-use cans.
I feel bad that we broke both of them. And he's still, like, last time I talked to him, he was like, oh yeah, I've got some new stuff in the works, and I'm going to send you some good, cool stuff to play with. And I'm like, I hope so, because it looks super cool. He had such intricate designs, like to the point that thinking about it later, I was like, well, are they too intricate? Are those little pathways that are channeling super hot gas, are they so small
It's just
that
heating up.
they're going to melt together? Like the gas won't be able to flow through because it is too much.
Hall's
Really,
pretty smart though. They could figure it out. I'm sure there's like a formula in there as far as like bleeding it down. As far you start with the larger and then gradually decrease to smaller holes in the baffles, or twist or something like that, to where they can figure it out.
yeah. So
Because that would be awesome if they could do that. Because like, what is it? At $50 for a can? Fantastic.
All right, let me.
Oh, we got video.
I don't want to talk about his brand too much till he sorts everything out. But you can see the cross sections down there.
Yeah.
But we've got the internals that can be seen in these different models.
Those are just incredibly cool. So, like I said, 2 of them did not survive the GearReport team, and I do feel bad about that.
I blame you.
And they are lighter than a regular can?
Somewhat. I mean, you've 3D printed. You know that sometimes it depends on how densely it's printed, and I don't know that I'd really say they're lighter. I didn't see weights, and we didn't attempt to weigh them, and we didn't even hold them like side by side. I'm not milking a cow. I'm miming judging the weight of 2 cans.
Sure.
Yeah. So
I'm out of practice doing that.
So anyhow, so I think that one of the things Papa said is make the cores, 3D print the cores, and just have like a metal outer sleeve, and you can put whatever core you want in it. Maybe put a bigger one. Put if it fails a little bit, you get any kind of strike, or it melts or whatever, yank it out, put something new in. And that could be really interesting. If you could have the outer sleeve and then just swap out the larger bore, smaller bore, something designed for a massive but slow round, or something designed for a light and really fast round, for different pressure levels. I think that is really interesting to me. And I think that regulation has definitely suppressed development in that area. I think there's so many cool things that could be done if the government would just get out of the way.
What about like 3D printing with like a slit? Is that what it's called? And then baking it so it's a ceramic can when you're done.
Ooh, you had me at slit. But yeah. And I'm pretty excited about let me get that back on the other screen. I'm pretty excited about all things 3D printing. This is a little design that's almost ready to go. I need to look up where to get the files to print one of these. You can see that it's a takedown, and it screws together with some pretty big threads there. See if I can make that bigger. There we go. Really, really neat little single shot. I believe it's an open bolt. You pull it back, drop your round in, and go from there. But a bunch of really neat things there. I have 3 3D printed pistol kits that are on hold that I haven't been able to do anything with in months because I've been too busy. But I would really like to think that with a little friendlier regulatory approach, we could have some pretty intense evolutionary development in a whole lot of different areas in the firearm space, and potentially others. I mean, if you think of Elon being at the forefront of understanding regulated industries, I suspect that he's going to push to simplify things in a way that will allow more rapid development and more ingenuity and potentially slightly more risk. But, hopefully we can hit a good balance.
He doesn't patent anything because he's all about, progression. So,
Really?
Yeah, none of stuff's patent. He just wants to
make one of them rockets.
Yeah. In the backyard.
Awesome. Yeah.
Shit, I see him golf almost every other day down here. It's crazy.
Right.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. I'm like, oh, another one. All right, here we go.
Yeah. So those are some of the things that have had me excited this week. And every day it's like, oh wow, there's another suggestion of who he might appoint to something, and I'm like, okay. He keeps going big, He's taken the go big or go home and said, well, I went home once before. I'm going to go big this time. So I was pretty excited by that. Here is this was taken right after that discussion about disposable guts in.
Look at your hair. It looks fantastic.
Doesn't it though?
Dude.
I'm really
always upset when you shave it off after every event.
Yeah. Yeah, I just shaved it. I logged in like 30 seconds late for the program because it took longer shaving my head than I thought it would. But I've gone to a couple events where I show up with the fake hair, and I think it just may be my thing there for a while because it amuses me.
As long as you're happy about it. It's all that matters.
Yeah. That's what I keep saying. Yeah.
You're going to have a good time when you're doing stuff. If not, then it's not worth it.
Yeah. Here's another picture. We can zoom in on this. And I don't know if this is one of them that we blew the end off of or not, but you can see those are actually a little bit larger passages than some of the others that I saw. But I could imagine that under pressure with the heat that is going to be coming through there, that some of these could bend and fuse themselves together and then create like an overpressure situation where the whole thing blows apart. But I mean, what do I know? That's just, when I looked at this, that's why I was like, oh my goodness.
I know you broke two of them.
I only broke one. Jose Juan broke the other one. And, I don't think I want to show those videos right now. I think we showed them a few weeks ago. Actually, if I could find them, I might even be willing to show them if I know which one it is. This. Oh, yeah. Here's one.
He's like, here's one. Watch this.
Oh, that was more than a couple of inches that 10 came off. And I'm telling you, I felt so bad for this guy. Because we just broke one.
That was Jose Juan. That's what you get for getting Jose Juan to shoot that gun. Lefty. See, because he was lefty. That's why. Wrong-handed shooter. That's what happens. The suppressor wanted no part of that.
It probably twists the other way when you shoot it left-handed.
Mm-hmm. Probably. It flew right off of there. He probably didn't break it. It just unthreaded. Jose Juan probably didn't screw it on right.
Well, I had told the guy that it must be baffle strikes because I actually went down the line and just said to a friend, hey, I need a rifle and a magazine. We're going to shoot a video and put a can on the rifle. And, obviously we'll mention your rifle in the video. And he said, take this one. And then I was like, oh, man, maybe it's that we're lacking concentricity. And, we got baffle strikes because it was like, 2 shots in a row, basically, that off of the same host. But then when Jose Juan went and recovered them, he looked and is like, there's no baffle strike. Like this was an overpressure separation. There was no baffle strike on either one of them. So now that has been confirmed, I can tell you it was an Anderson Manufacturing AR. I didn't want to throw him under the bus when I thought it was a baffle strike, but he literally recovered both of them and looked at them. Was like, there's no strike, and the manufacturer agreed. The can guy agreed. So, yeah. I felt for him, but I hope he figures it out because he's got some really amazing looking designs with kind of that flow through idea. Although
Yeah.
he didn't want to use those words because I think Huxworks, OSS Huxworks uses that.
Yeah.
Defense Dad's here. Welcome to the program.
What's up, sir?
Yeah.
Is it possible that Anderson Manufacturing just makes too powerful an AR and that Can wasn't ready for it?
Maybe.
Oh boy.
The front line, who
know.
knows?
All right, let's see if we can get to the point. Oh,
Think of the stopping power.
okay, we're getting close here. Yep, first shot. Did you see it come off? And then we didn't realize we were busy worried about camera angles. And okay, after the first shot,
yeah.
and do this, first shot from a distance, then come in and we'll do another one, then come up front, and we'll do another one. And it's like, Jose, shouldn't you have noticed that the end was gone? But yeah. Yeah, making it obvious there. Yeah, so we did not make that guy's day. And I don't think he had hardly any. Oh, wow, Defense Dad works for a living. Boy, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
It sucks.
I mean, at least you're employed. You can support your family. That's awesome. Yeah, I felt bad. The guy has some really cool stuff. I hope he's able to bring it to market and do well with it. So let's dive in before I forget. We do have an agenda that we try to hit at least some of the time here. So let's go. Actually, I don't like it like that. Let's do it this way.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll try it this way. You may remember that last week we ended by talking about a thermal, X Vision Optics Impact 150 thermal. And now we got a night vision also from X Vision, the Shadow Series MNV 100 night vision. And he calls it a mini viewer. I am not even positive what that means. I actually have one like this in theory. I don't remember
somewhere around there, don't you? Somewhere.
I don't even know. I'm pretty sure there's one in this room somewhere.
One day you're going to have to turn the camera around and show us everything that's around you.
No.
Dude, come on.
No.
One day.
This is not the program Hoarders. We do not need to go there.
Jeff has a problem, everybody.
So, but if anyone wants to read about this, you can go check it out. I've got several little night vision type devices, all of the electronic type. I don't have any with the tubes in them. I have the new smart type that use, they don't have an IR filter, and then you put an IR illuminator, and then through software, and it displays it on a screen that you look at. So you're not looking through an optic to see something. You're looking at a screen that's receiving a picture. So, and I think that's kind of the future where these things are going.
Got 3 out of 5. So did what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. And I wonder, let's see what it cost. Oh, $150. Yeah.
Dude.
So these are certainly very budget friendly and something that, if you want to learn to play with some night vision a little bit, and you're not worried about any tactical limitations, this could be a good way to get out. And if there's an emergency and you need to go outside and look around your property and the power's out and you can't turn the lights on,
that's what
maybe
I was thinking.
it's a good way to do that. So looks like a really neat device. AJ outdid himself. In that you're going to get your money's worth in this review. You are going to have to work a little bit. There's some reading. Some of them
do. Yep.
He's done some shorter ones lately, but this one, he put the time and effort in on this one. So, yeah, that looks pretty good. And I think, honestly, that's all we have for recent reviews. I got that one published, and reviews that will be published soon. Let's see. We'll pull that off the screen. And I'll tell you the next one that was up that I didn't quite make it to, I decided to go cut my hair instead of publishing it.
I don't blame you. You're looking
the
kind of shaggy in those
Riton-
pictures.
The Riton 5 Conqueror, it's a 5-25 with a 56 millimeter objective lens, rifle scope. It's kind of, he calls it Riton's mid-range rifle scope. Because they number them, Riton 3 is the kind of entry level. Riton 7 is the higher end. Riton 5 is right there in the middle. So, former sponsor of this program, This Week at Gear Report, Riton was the first sponsor that we had.
They were,
yeah, and they were a good
OG.
sponsor. And until the guy that arranged it left the company and failed to tell anyone else at the company, they didn't even know they were sponsored us for like through 2/3 of that year.
Yep.
Yeah, that made for an awkward SHOT Show conversation in their booth.
We have a lot of those.
Yes, we do.
There's always a lot of awkward conversations for some reason, Jeff.
Yeah. Listen, stick with what you're good at, right? And listen, I've got a pretty strong awkward conversation game.
I do. You're the best.
Defense Stout, if you were paying attention, I just gave you the Cliff Notes version. Like I read it to you, the Cliff Notes version. So
he gave you the price.
Yep.
And it got 3 out of 5. It did what it was supposed to do. There you go.
TJ gave you that part. So we tag teamed it. And G-Webs just nodded his head. You can't see him, but trust me, he was nodding his head.
He did. He was like,
say
3 out of 5.
He was like, yeah. So we tag teamed the whole thing to give you the Cliff Notes version of that. So we'll have that Riton optic. Will probably be next week. Let's see, what else do we have here?
I've got a few I've got to get on. I've been slacking.
Weapon light from LA Police Gear. Ooh. No wonder he's getting on me about getting stuff done on time. Yesterday,
somebody slacking.
He submitted a Black Friday gift guide for the firearms enthusiast.
No.
That's exciting. I'm gonna get all these here in the next day or two.
You got a couple weeks. It's fine.
Oh, dude, no, I'm gonna get them done. Maybe tomorrow I'll get to those and knock out a bunch of those, so I can be caught up enough for you to submit some things. And,
I've got the Untouchable and the Frontline from Anderson.
Yeah,
they're almost done. I'm gonna throw those out there, and I get some stuff from Break Arms.
I got to call my boy at Anderson because we talked.
Still haven't got it.
And I really wanted to have it done and published before hunting season. We're like getting into rifle season now.
It's close.
I think we missed the main opportunity for that.
Yeah, Jeff needs all the shots he can get.
When I saw him a couple weeks ago at the Iraq Veteran event, he was like, "Oh yeah, that did slip through the cracks. Let's make that happen." And I literally told him, like, dude, I am not accepting any firearms at this event. Like, I know that I've been holding that slot for you, and I am not like all the other brands. I'm not even talking to them about getting guns to review.
We don't have that much time. I mean, SHOT Show's in a couple months.
Right.
And then it's all new stuff. It starts the whole cycle all over again.
Yeah.
Filling up the calendar.
Yeah. So do you think SHOT Show is going to feature some of the biggest parties that we've seen?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
So happy that we're operating in
I guarantee it's going to be party central this year.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll get on the ball, Jeff. I got us. Don't worry. I'll take care of that end of it.
Nice. Okay. I am looking forward to that. So let's see what. Oh, I know what time it is. You know what time it is. Guitarmageddon. Actually, we're not going to do Guitarmageddon specifically. I don't have the name of one. I don't have a segment. We have Guitarmageddon. We have Humveegeddon. We had TJ's Happy Hour. We had Patch of the Week. Like we had all these. We had Where in the World's Kevin. We had all these little segments. I don't have one for 3D printing stuff. So we're going to stick with Guitarmageddon because what I 3D printed, I thought it was kind of funny. I started printing some guitar picks in black filament.
Ooh.
And I made a mistake, right? So 3D printer filament goes bad when it sits out. Like it has a shelf life. And you need to store it in a bag with all the air sucked out or squeezed out, and hopefully some desiccant packs. And I actually have a filament dryer, like a little heat box that I can put it in and raise the temperature to kind of cook the moisture out. I didn't do any of that. I just turned it on. It hadn't been on in 3 months probably. I flipped it on and hit go and started printing. And then the black filament broke. So I grabbed some orange filament. I pulled the black reel off, grabbed the orange one that was sealed up in the bag with the desiccant, and started printing with that. So I ended up with a layer of black and then orange for the rest of it. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Still looks cool. Yeah.
But, you know, because I've heard that thicker is better, I printed another batch that are 1.1 millimeters thick. These were going to be 1 millimeter thick, but I had an issue and I had to stop them partway through, but they're still thick enough to use. So, and I printed some other ones with the GearReport little GR on them, which it's really only there to give me a little texture for grip. But that is the bulk of that's the bulk of
we will do that, Chris. Don't you worry.
I think we actually talked about this a couple weeks ago. A 2-stage guitar pedal. I'm going to shoot a video on that tomorrow for Amazon, and it may end up on one of the GearReport channels as well. But yeah, that's it. I'm not going to go any deeper. Or am I?
You're not.
No, I'm not going to talk about it.
Planes are flying low today, Jeff. They just rumbled the house just a second ago. Yeah.
Wow. I saw you kind of doing this.
Yeah, dude. It was like, that was really close. Like they like to fly, like at night, they like to fly really low over the house. Cause I'm right, you know where I'm at, 5 blocks from the Air Force Base.
Yeah.
Space Force Base.
Space Force Base. Yeah. Yeah. So let me show you guys something. And I'm debating how deep I want to go down this road. I just dropped the URL out here for the deals. This is deals on outdoor gears, the one I happen to be on right now. But on the GearReport site, there's a top orange nav menu. We've got all outdoor gear and coupons, and then camping, hunting. We have a best price search. It's a tool you put in what you're looking for, and it'll tell you where you can get it for the best price. I haven't updated this in a while because honestly, I did it a couple years ago. I put a lot of time into finding deals and putting them in here, and then no one used it. I was like, I'm not doing that again. But
that's the first I've heard of it.
I'm thinking, and we got all these little subcategories up here. Like you can, if all you want to see are gun parts, you can click on gun parts, and it's just going to show you gun part deals. Or, I only want to see Smith & Wesson deals. Boom, there we go. Only Smith & Wesson deals. We got a lot of deals up there. Some of them are old. I added one up here just for G-Webs. And
nobody wants that.
The 9mm deals.
Nobody wants that.
Deals that we have here. So anyhow, we've got that there. I may start dropping. I think something I want to do is like once or twice a day. I think I'm going to go look for deals, and I'm going to spend 10 minutes just dropping deals on here. So over the course of the week, there will be 10, 20, maybe 30 different deals that show up on this page.
That'd be good. Crystal needs to buy me a Christmas present, so that'd be perfect.
Ooh, yes. So
I have to buy me a Christmas present from Crystal.
I want to make sure this best price search still works. So what do we want to search for?
Sleeping bags.
I already typed suppressor, but
sleeping bags.
Oh, look at that. So it did find some stuff. No actual suppressors, I don't think, but some muzzle devices and a honey badger. I mean, that's nice. Let's see what
it's on sale.
Sleeping bag. It takes a little while to do the search, but then look at that. Bringing back all sorts of sleeping bags. So
Intense.
only show
Only $279. I was willing to pay $350 for that one.
I know.
So,
Such a
but
good deal.
check this out. If you click the button for only show items on sale, now you get like legit discounts on this stuff. That's pretty cool. I hadn't used this in a while. I'm glad I made sure it still works because that is really kind of interesting.
Can't see half the pictures. But
Yeah. Yeah, I don't control that. It
I
says
know.
sorry, the image is unavailable. So yeah, that is it's weighing on me, I'll be honest. If anyone doesn't have your own links that you want to use already, we have a bunch of links up here. Also under the deals, the last thing on there was the merchant links. And I honestly made this for like friends who I mean, you guys know how it is. When you're in the review business, everyone, when they want to buy something, they send you a note, say, hey, what should I get? Where's the best deal? You know, hook me up
There you
with
go.
something. Usually I don't have a hookup that's going to be useful. So I say, here, go, you know, use this link to go to a brand and do your shopping. And also I put things on here just for Mrs. Gear Report.
Mrs. Gear Report has stuff on there. Look at that.
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
all sorts of things in here that I actually probably need to go.
Where's the spawn of Gear Reports section?
Oh, none of them are worthy. Yeah, yeah, not at this point. So we'll see. But yeah, so that reminds me. Man, there's so many things I need to update. But we'll come back to that, and pretty soon you will see on the main page in the next day or two, gun-friendly Black Friday type post that
Yay.
to maintain and keep putting deals up. So that should be pretty good. I'm excited to see that coming as well.
Me too.
And maybe I'll even get a newsletter out pretty soon, so we can include some good deals that we find in there.
That's always nice.
So I grabbed another one of these, by the way. So just to keep in mind for SHOT Show, G-Webs, or any of the other folks, you know, we got other people in the audience that go to SHOT. If you find yourself needing more microphones than you have,
Well, there we
this
go.
is one receiver. This one is for a lightning connection. And I have another set. It's the exact same set, but it has a USB-C.
We always need them. They always crap out on us every freaking time.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. So because you weren't there at the Iraq veteran event, you did experience. We used what I thought was the absolute coolest little mic set.
Did it fail epically?
It appeared to work. It gave the impression it worked. And when I got back and started playing back the audio, it's off by like a split second, the two mics.
God, that sucks.
And they're not on separate channels. It's like one track. So if they were on separate tracks, I could just, you know, isolate one and slide it by a fraction of a second to get it lined up, and then everything would be fine. But it actually merged them together into one audio channel that I can't split the channels on. So I'm like,
fantastic.
It's got this weird echoey sound, and I need to send a note to the brand because I love it. And I keep looking. I thought it was on the floor down here, well, by the box.
I'm sure it's on the floor somewhere.
Well, really, yeah.
With everything else you have.
I got mad at it, so who knows where it is. But the thing that I really liked about it is that
Georgia.
It has, well, it made it home. I know that. But all the other kits I have, so I've been using this little Boya kit for a while, and it has 2 transmitters and 1 receiver, and it's a Lightning for Apple, right? For the older, not the new ones that use USB-C. This is what I've been using most often lately, and I got these little microphones everywhere. Like really, they're all over the place. But so what I really liked about
this is the year we need to mic up the whole time.
Well, what I really liked about the one that I took to the Iraq veteran event is that it literally has 2 receivers. One is USB-C, the other is a Lightning for iOS. So that meant it didn't matter what kind of
Right.
phone you were plugging it into, it was going to work. You could use either one of them. And then it had 2 microphones that had a little battery pack built in. And it was like, I loved everything about it except the sound file that it generated, which I really need to talk to them and see, what I did wrong on that. Because that's what I really.
You might have not done anything wrong.
It was really compact also. This I love, but it's chunky. Like this sticks out when I carry it in my cargo pocket. I want to be light and fast at SHOT Show. I don't want to carry a bag.
Know.
I want everything that I can get away with in my pockets.
We know.
And this bulbous thing I'm going to be bumping into stuff with it. I want the thinner one. If I can make that other one work, I'm going to carry that.
Takes up room for freaking granola bars and pocket pizza.
That's what I'm saying. But if anyone, I've got so many different wireless mic setups that companies keep allowing me to test them and do videos on them. So I'm just collecting them.
If anybody needs an extra set.
Here's another one just sitting here on my desk.
They send them to you because they got them turned on all the time and they're stealing all your secrets constantly.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I've been feeding misinformation to my desk microphone array. I've got mics everywhere here. So, yeah, that, and I want to show you something else I'm excited about. Gary's going to be happy to see that I have a tub shroom that I received from my friends at Logie recently. So I'm going to shoot a video on that probably tomorrow. It was supposed to be today, but it's going to be late.
Was it a shower day?
So now you can finally let your hair grow out because you don't have to worry about the dream.
Yeah, well, man,
It's like,
I should have thought of that sooner.
Fridays are shower days.
Sooner. I took us out of Guitarmageddon without showing you the one thing that I wanted to show everyone that came in. So we got the Gibson SG.
Yeah.
And I got a lightning bolt guitar strap for it. And I think it looks really awesome. And I was pretty excited about that. So I wanted to share with you guys.
I'm excited about it too.
Yep.
It has a lightning bolt on it. How can you not be?
What's that?
It has a lightning bolt on it. How can you not be excited?
Oh, yeah. That's kind of what I keep saying.
Yeah.
And now, why don't we look at, we've been doing a series here. TJ, see, you hadn't been around to know. Oh Nuts has been sending me a new gift box of nuts.
Oh, well, I know. I remember the first time you did the Oh Nuts thing. You're like, oh. And I said, that's really just a horrible name for a company, Oh Nuts. Crystal, you'll love this, Jeff. So Crystal goes to a lady for her nails and her hair. Guess what the name is?
I'm afraid to ask.
You'll die. My Facial Girl. Every time I say it, I'm like, Crystal, really? Did they not think about this? She goes, apparently they're not perverts like you. I was like, that's the first thing it's going across everybody's.
That's ridiculous.
She goes, I was like, where are you going? She goes, I gotta go to My Facial Girl. And I'm just like, she's like, stop it. I'm like, I just can't help it every time.
That's amazing.
So there you go.
But apparently Oh Nuts is happy that I keep doing videos and talk about their stuff. Because
Oh Nuts, baby.
instead of one thing a week, I've been getting 2 boxes a week now.
So you're getting your nuts in, huh?
Dude, they just
full up on some nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
And this is 9 different types of nuts. I'm gonna make
9 different.
Gary. All right.
What's up, Gary? Triple Yo's. I like it. Thank you.
Gizzard shows up as soon as there's a bunch of nuts and seeds.
That's what he heard. He heard the nuts. He's like, what?
Yeah. Gary's like, people are talking about putting nuts in their mouth. I got to get a part of this. I'm here. You can start
now.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to zoom in real quick.
Do it. Ooh, those look.
Take the comment off the screen, please, TJ. Look at that. That's amazing. Yeah, 9 different types of nuts from Oh Nuts. They're individually packaged. All you got to do is open them up, dump them in each little section. Some of the other ones we saw had a tin, and another one had a clear plastic. Actually, that one here, I've eaten most of it, so here's what's left. But that's what it came in, right? This one
loves nuts.
This is wooden down here at the bottom. Oh, look at that! It says.
Well, I mean, why not have some wood with some nuts?
Yeah, the wood with the nuts. There we go. There's another gift pack from Oh Nuts for you to
I
choose
like it.
from. Yeah.
Out of all those, like cashews is about it.
I like it a lot.
I like it a
So
lot.
what do we have in here anyway?
You know about
That looks
cashews?
like- oh, these are the little corn nuts. The spicy.
Gary says
Dried
these nuts. And actually, Gary, there is a company that has a tin of nuts, and it's called D's Nuts.
You got all kind of stuff in this one.
At the ABC store, I always get them. They're delicious.
Okay. I can't tell where does it say what they are? They have nutrition facts and all the different columns.
You just
I
have to
can't-
guess.
oh, pistachios, cashews,
All right.
almonds, peanuts, walnuts,
No.
pumpkin seeds,
Yeah, good.
filberts. I don't even know what
Pumpkin seeds are good for you. They're
filberts must be.
anti-parasite. So you're good. You're good with the pumpkin seeds.
Wow. All
They'll
right.
get the parasites out of you.
Good to know.
Supposedly. That's what I hear.
So I don't know when they're going to stop sending me these, but
Don't worry about it.
I'm digging it because I always have stuff in my office to snack on.
You know we're gonna be eating it. Freaking SHOT Show G-Webs is. Jeff will be like, "Here, hold on. I've got dinner tonight. What's this? Here we go."
Most of a packet of pistachios.
I'll have my friends at O Nuts send a supply straight to SHOT Show.
Oh,
I mean, I've got them everywhere within arm's reach. I got a whole nother 10 sitting over here, and there's a
we
new one.
don't have to worry about food. I'm excited.
There's a new one that just arrived today. That I have a table downstairs for stuff that needs to be filmed, and it's sitting on there. This one is fruits, dried fruits, and nuts.
Ooh, now
They're-
some dried
I mean,
fruits.
they
Now
don't
there we
have
go.
everything. And I got the impression, I got a note from them. Yeah, Gary, I think Gary's right on his comment there. That's why, some of them are fruit and nut trays. Some of them are nut trays. But anyhow, I forget what I was going to say. The one, it's a dried fruit tray.
got a
And
note
it's
from
actually on like a wooden cutting board. It looks really cool.
We all want to know about the note you got from him.
Oh, yes. I got an email.
Gotcha.
That was like, it was pretty tersely worded. It was about 3 weeks into this 10-week long promotion. And they're like, hey, we'd really appreciate if you remember this is a partnership. Like, we're doing our part in sending you the products. You really need to get your videos done and get them posted. Like, that's how this works. And I replied with, well, yeah, that's why I've posted, within 2 days of receiving the product, every time you sent me something. They're like, well, send us the links. And I'm like, here's the link to my store. Just search for nuts. That's the easy way to keep track of it, right? Instead of me trying to send you, because I do multiple videos, and when they search and we're like, oh, we thought, we'd sent 3 or 4 boxes and we thought there'd be 3 or 4 videos, and there were double that number because I do a vertical and a horizontal. And I think there were probably a couple more because on one of them, I shot the first video and then I was like, ooh, I forgot to talk about this other thing. So I just shot another one and uploaded both of them.
Did you do like a first tasting? Like,
I think
this is
that
delicious.
all right. Let me move this to the other screen.
That's
and
on that's on the Only Nuts channel.
Yeah, GearReport nuts. Let's see. We don't want to search for Transformer. We want to search for nuts. Oh, it's got to reload.
This could go bad really quick.
Stand by. This is the.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Thank God.
All right. So I tried early on. I've been playing with titles I thought would be humorous. And you can see with 2 different nut companies. So we got Happy Nuts with their personal trimmer.
Dude, Gary.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I actually have got, if anyone needs
several.
If anyone needs a personal trimmer, I've got a couple for Man Spot here and whatever their female Lady Spot, I think it's called. So I got personal trimmers if anyone needs them. Let's see. So is this the right fruit and nut tray for you? Closer look. Is it the right fruit and nuts tray for you? People go nuts over this gift. I thought that was pretty clever.
That's pretty good.
What do you need to do before serving these nuts? Gift idea, another winner from O Nuts. Why
I like
creaming your nuts?
that's the one. That is
I thought
it.
that
That is
good.
it. That is the one.
How do these nuts arrive? Here we go. Everyone wants these nuts in their mouth, and fruit too. I thought that was a good one. Yep, closer look.
And they're still sending you stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah, isn't it? Isn't it? I wish
They were
everyone
much more gracious than the.
Clearly, they're not AMG. Who
Right.
got upset over the picture of
So
a
upset about
urinating
me.
person.
Hold on.
Oh, they sent me coated pretzels too. Those were pretty cool. Yeah, this one I felt a little dirty when I wrote about the rosemary covered cashews, why I like putting these nuts in my mouth. I never thought I would post a video anywhere that said that, but you know, the things people do for money, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yep. You see, I changed my picture because I
Yep.
like having hair. Yep.
It looks like you have nuts in your mouth in that picture.
No, come on. That was
Just saying.
uncalled for. I just don't understand why my kids would ever say they're embarrassed by me.
Dude, I have no idea. Dude, I would never be embarrassed by you. I'm never embarrassed by you.
Yeah. Okay. I believe you, really. Okay, so the next thing we have coming, we didn't make it to CanCon. I feel kind of bad about that because it was just a couple hours from me, but
Yeah, I didn't either.
it was this past weekend, right? We had some family things going on, and I was not willing
Me
to
too.
leave town, which unfortunately, man, I don't want to put a downer on the program, and I certainly don't want to weep openly in front of everyone here, but I do have to. I'm gonna push it, see if I'm gonna cry or not. My buddy Buddha here has been with us for he's about a month away from being 14 years old, and he expired a few days ago, and dude couldn't even walk anymore. I had to 100 pounds. I had to pick him up and carry him outside and hold him up while he was going to the bathroom. So he is no longer in pain, and I'm happy about that. But this has been a rough week. I know people losing people is very hard, and I don't want to give anyone the impression that this is the same thing.
Dude, they're family members.
Certainly,
throw it out there.
You've seen Buddha. He is absolutely part of our family, and it's been tough, man. I lost a couple hours last night because I couldn't sleep thinking about it. So, did I get that bigger picture up? I had that on the wrong screen, didn't I?
There's a big boy.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had him on the wrong screen, sitting here talking about him, and there he was. That was one of the last time he walked any distance at all. He walked around the corner and laid at the fence by the Humvees, looking out. And here he couldn't even walk at all. Like, he had the little pads under him in case he wet himself, which he never did, which was good. And that's the last picture that was ever taken of him right there. So it was very much a sad day. And boy, I know G-Webs has got a couple dogs, and I know you do, and it is rough. So
they're with you a long time. They give you unconditional love.
Yep.
And it is hard.
True. All right. G-Webs, you have anything coming up people need to know about? This is the gratuitous self-promotion part of the program.
Gotcha. No, thanks for the invite. Appreciate it. Thanks for hosting.
I don't think he understood the assignment.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, go check out gun websites, gear websites, all the different sites that G-Webs has. He's got some really cool programs that you are bound to enjoy. So Thanks, TJ, for making it. G-Webs, thanks for being here. Thanks to all of the people out in the audience keeping things festive, being nice to each other, and even tempting TJ to get together and hammer drinks at SHOT Show. That's always that's always fun to watch.
It's never going to end well for everybody else.
It's usually fun to watch. That is sometimes fun to watch. I'm dreading it, actually. The more I talk about it. So, but yeah. Well, I appreciate that, Gary. I think I got to figure out how to clip that comment and display it on the Gear Report website. I think that'd be amazing.
So, it should be a new segment.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure enough.
I mean,
yeah.
You get another package next week. You're like, hey, here's my nuts.
Yep. Let me show you my package. You're going to love my nuts. Yeah. There's so many different directions we can go with that. So we'll Nutmageddon. Dude, okay. All right.
That's it right there.
Hang on. See, I was about to shut it down, and now gotta make sure I spelled it wrong. Damn it. There we go. And I'm gonna put, you know what? I like exclamation points on this stuff, so I'm gonna
do it.
I'm gonna do that, and let me slide that
up there.
Here to get to. I'm going to put it before Guitar-mageddon in the list. Nutmageddon. And I don't know if that's the right voice to use with it.
Maybe.
I don't know. Anyhow,
I don't know what voice you would use with it.
We'll revisit that next week and see what voice seems right at the time. Right and wrong at the same time. So anyhow, thanks to the folks who powered the program this entire year. That would be Sylvan Arms. They're good people. And I actually sent them a note today because I hadn't heard anything from them in a while. This is a trend that we have. Anyone who sponsors this program promptly decides they don't want to talk to us anymore. So hopefully we can get them on before the year's over to talk about any new stuff they have. We'll preview what's going to happen at SHOT Show. So
definitely not something wrong with the program.
No, of course not. You'd have to be nuts to think there's a problem with this program. Yeah. So who knows what we'll get into next week. If you want to find out, you have to be back here Thursday at 9 p.m. on the East Coast. Until then, we'll see you at the range. And just for anyone who's curious, G-Webs is pointing at his camera.
My fingers so bright right now.